Okay, on this short video, I'm going to show you how we do transactions for under 20 cents. That's compared to the $2, $3, or $4 a transaction cost you now. So here's the big news. 80% of all your costs happen between the time a client writes a check or buys something or sells something, makes a deposit, and the time you can actually deliver actionable information on an accounting report. If we could simplify all the ways that this client gets data to us and make a standard process so they don't change up things that they're doing over the year, our cost would drop dramatically. And so what we're going to do is I'll show you in these 24 hours how to reduce all this chaos by getting the client to use debit cards or credit cards, or even capturing those checks over the Federal Reserve wire and letting them code themselves following business rules so they go right into the accounting software. The same thing with using a scanner when the mail comes or the phone when they have a field transaction or any particular question we have. And it's just no learning curve for the client to do this because they already know how to use a scanner and a bank card and a phone. So here's what happens. Let's just take the mail, for example. The mail comes in, they open it up, they throw everything except the advertisement on their scanner, and it goes into a document management system, a workflow process that makes you a paperless office, by the way, and everything goes to the lowest paid person that works for you, and they're looking at these documents, and they'll actually just talk about what they see on the screen with a headset. And that means you'll be able to do a write-up. The complete labor cost will be about $5. You'll probably spend another $3 to $5 on other expenses, but you've got this write-up done for a lower price than you've ever imagined. I'm actually going to show you this work. So I've got my, what we call the talker, our college student or high school student comes in and they simply open up their work management and they see the PDFs, and here's what happens.
Bill, Med 7.
Now, what happened just there was as soon as they announced what the document was, the screen prompts changed. Let me show you that again.
Bill, Med 7, $52, January 8th. Import.
And in 10 seconds, I just read an invoice into the database accurately, 99% plus percentage of the time, and imported it right into your accounting software in 10 seconds. Let's do another one.
Check.
Screen prompts change.
Lonesome Cowboy Publishing, $100. Memo. This is for invoice 1125.
Now, the reason that took a moment for it to code is because it was going out and pinging the accounting software to make sure, is this a customer? Do we have an open invoice? Is it $100? Is it invoice 1125? And if everything came back positive, then
import.
If it had not come back positive, this transaction would have automatically delegated up to the bookkeeper, the skilled person that works for me, so they can handle it, maybe open a new customer account, etc., or add an SKU. But instantly, within 10 seconds, we've just recorded a sale. Let's do one more.
Bill, Concentra, $54, March 1st. Import.
Bam, just like that. And a person who's working for me at anywhere from, I don't know, $7, $8, $9, $10 an hour, 2 hours a day is doing 600 transactions in those 2 hours. That means one part-timer can keep 3 full-time bookkeepers busy, and you won't even get up to that until you have about 100 clients. This is an extremely productive, and when work automatically bumps up to that bookkeeper, they're going to work on 2 screens. They're going to be the highly skilled person. They've got a couple of choices what to do with document management on one screen, the accounting software on the other, and I'll manually go ahead and clean this transaction up so it imports automatically. I'll code it based on my experience and skill set. Sometimes I'll have to delegate this transaction up to the boss or someone else in the office, and with one click, that transaction will move with my notes, with the talker's notes, with all the audit history from my desk to someone else's desk instantly in the office. Now, what this really boils down to is I just took my clients paperless, and that means I'm paperless. And what about if you have a question for the client? They've got some crazy transaction you don't understand. Then the bookkeeper simply clicks on the record button and starts talking to the screen. It converts it to text. That text is sent to the client automatically with a link to the document that they don't remember, but they're always going to remember because this is happening in real time. Within an hour to up to 1 day, they're going to get any clarification request automatically to their phone. They can answer it at convenience, but all they do is tap the text and record the explanation back to the bookkeeper, and their explanation goes right back into the workflow, date and time stamped, so the work can go ahead and be completed. And it works on handwritten orders and checks as well. Oh, and what about debit card or credit card transactions that come in, including checks? Now, all of this goes over the Federal Reserve wire today, and it's all digitalized, so we capture that within 1 hour, and following business rules, we're able to code the transactions as they come in, and any questions are sent back to the client. As the system learns the client, fewer and fewer questions go back. But what that really boils down to is at reconciliation, 99% of the transactions are going to come in on a download reconciled. You're going to do reconciliations in about a minute without using the failure of optical character recognition. It's all voice recognition. The technology is amazing today. Artificial intelligence that understands what the client, your staff, your talker are saying, and be able to convert that into a coded transaction. It's all on cloud technology with no offshoring. This is 24 hours that'll change your life, so reserve your seat today.